things that amazes me about living in Polk County is the cooperation between educational institutions, private institutions, and public institutions, the county. And one of those really just great partnerships that has existed for a very long time is the partnership with the University of Florida and their IFAS Extension. Here to talk to us about that program is Nicole Walker. She is County Extension Director with UF IFAS Extension in Polk County. And also Whitney Fung. She is a Family and Consumer Sciences Agent with IFAS. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Whitney, I was just talking to you just a minute ago because, you know, I'm pretty familiar with the IFAS program and how it works in the county, but I didn't even know that your division existed, and this just goes to prove how huge this program actually is. Tell us a little bit about what you do with IFAS.
Sure. Maybe because Family Consumer Sciences, there hasn't been an agent for many, many years. So it's been recently, I've only been here for about 8 months, that we've been able to kind of push the program a little bit more. So FNEP has been in Polk County for over 10 years, expanded food and nutrition education program. They do nutrition education around the county, but that falls within Family Consumer Sciences because it's basically anything to do with family wellness. So we work with families, we work with adults, individuals, and children, and we do all types of education, and that can range from parenting to financial management and especially nutrition education. So I also work with indigent healthcare, and we provide free classes, nutrition classes, as well as diabetes classes to the county.
A lot of services available. Now, I'm going to back up for just a minute because I realize that, you know, I know what IFAS is, but there's probably a lot of people who are not aware of the services that you offer and what's available to Polk County. Nicole, tell us a little bit about the IFAS program, what it means, what it stands for, and how it came about.
Absolutely. Well, it's an amazing partnership between University of Florida, Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences. That's what IFAS stands for.
We love acronyms in government, so this is perfect.
We do. So we call it UF IFAS for short. This is a partnership between University of Florida IFAS and the Polk County Board of County Commissioners. You find this partnership in all 67 counties of the state, and Florida A&M University is also a part of that. So essentially our role is to take the latest research from the university and make that available to citizens in formats that are practical and make sense so that people have information to make decisions that can help them improve their own lives, their families, their communities, their businesses. Right.
Now, with UF IFAS, what are some of the things that people would find you guys working with the county on? Like, what are some of your divisions?
So within IFAS Extension in Polk County, we have several program areas. Our agriculture areas are probably the best well-known with our agriculture clientele.
Well, UF is such a great agricultural school to begin with.
Right.
And then the services that they offer the county, amazing.
Right. So here we have a commercial citrus agent, commercial livestock agent, and most of the livestock in Polk County is beef cattle. We also have a small farms agent. We have the largest number of small farms than any other county in Florida. And we also have a person working with natural resources, urban horticulture, Whitney, our family consumer science agent, and then 2 people working with 4-H. Our full-time 4-H agent is Amanda Squitieri, and then I also work with 4-H.
And we're talking about that's just here in Polk County, not to mention that's happening in pretty much every county in the state.
Right, and every county has a different configuration of agents based on what their needs are. So Pinellas County, which is not a very agricultural county, has a bit of a different look than Polk County
Probably
does.
A lot more marine biology type stuff and things like that.
Yes, they've got marine. They have actually what they call sustainability agents as opposed to the agriculture agents that we have. So just a little bit of a different focus, but really same concepts.
Now, you guys have been around for a long time. In fact, that's kind of what we're celebrating here, right?
Right, 100 years, amazing. It's called the Smith-Lever Act of 1914. So
Wow.
the United States Congress saw fit to make a way for the universities and the counties to work together to provide this program at the local level. And it was such a good idea, it's lasted this long.
Wow, that's great. Now, what, you know, when we talk about the services that are available to the county, obviously the county relies on the services to help, you know, help run some of the programs that the county has. But even beyond that, there's so many services that are available for the residents. How does a resident get involved in utilizing family consumer sciences, or you know, or some of the agricultural, you know, small farms, or raising chickens, or whatever it might be, you know?
Well, a lot of what we do is our classes that we offer in all kinds of venues. So as technology has changed, we are providing information in a lot of different ways, but we still find that one of the most effective ways to teach people and for them to actually use that information is to have that face-to-face opportunity.
Right.
So we get the word out in all kinds of ways. You know, we are using the web, we are using social media. We do old-fashioned word of mouth, which is how a lot of people connect to us, especially in programs such as 4-H, where the whole family is getting involved. They're not just coming to one class.
Right.
They're getting their children involved in something that lasts over a decade for a lot of them, getting started at the age of 8 until they graduate out of high school. So we see these folks face-to-face. We're connecting with them online and through social media. We're teaching now using webinars and all sorts of different things. So, you know, it's really interesting how people connect.
Yeah, and I think you know, over 100 years, if you think about, you know, how the program has probably evolved, and to see not only the growth but the technology that's used in all of these different sciences that you guys are involved with. I mean, how incredible that is.
It really is. Those that are, I'll say, over the age of 60, who can remember shows like Green Acres, where the county agent came to the farm and was, I guess, actually in that show, that's probably not a good example. In that show, the agent was kind of silly.
Yes.
But you know, that idea that the person is coming out to the farm, well, our livestock agent and our citrus agent, that's exactly what they still do, to be able to see, here are the problems that our clientele are experiencing, and how do we help them with that. So the model has changed, and yet the model is the same.
Right. Well, and I think it's interesting, you know, I had the opportunity just recently to be involved with Chris Oswalt, and they put on this big Citrus Growers Institute, you know, and it's a huge event, and growers from all over the state come to Polk County to learn about citrus farming and to get those continuing education units, and so that's a big thing. The education portion of what's going on with IFAS is huge, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you mentioned CEUs. There are several other areas where people are able to get CEUs. Mary Beth Henry, who's our small farms agent, also works with a program called Integrated Pest Management. She's doing everything.
Oh man, she's amazing. I remember doing a show with her on chickens, and I'm telling you, you're gonna think, okay, chickens, come on, but I'm telling you what, she was just amazing, and that's the case with, it seems like, every one of your agents that I've come in contact with is just incredible, whether it's dealing with Florida-friendly landscaping, or you know, or taking a hike through the woods with Shannon McGee, or whatever it might be. You know, so knowledgeable, and such a great opportunity for residents to really grab a hold of a service that is invaluable to me.
Right, right, and being able to get the word out about that, it's sometimes hard for people to connect because we are doing so many different things. It's hard for people to connect sometimes and say, that's something for me, that's something I can do, but it's just like your library. The library is available to everybody, and so is Extension.
I think it's as simple as, you know, a phone call to call the plant clinic, and working with the master gardeners, finding out, you know, what plant is this in my yard, or I need to test the pH for my soil, or even if, you know, if you have bed bugs, you know, you can call us and we'll find you an answer. Something like that.
Yeah, it's
we won't
amazing.
come kill them, but
I mean, I was on your website just the other day and was reading some white papers on on grass. On grass seeds and different types of lawns that UF has developed over the years, and the science behind. I mean, it's just the amount of information that you guys provide the county and the residents of the county is it just blows my mind. You know, the other, and that's also kind of leads into another thing. Your website is a great place for people to go, right?
Yes, it is. It's at www.polkextension.com is the short way to get to it. And from there, you'll see along the menu all of the different program areas that we've talked about today. So people are able to connect, just like you were saying, some of the latest science information. What is UF producing now? What are the latest cultivars of St. Augustine grass,
Right.
and how are they performing? You can find all of that information on our website.
It's incredibly interesting.
And we also have a calendar on our website. You can just click on it. We have a variety of events going on. So if you ever wondered, you know, what can I be involved in, click on the calendar of events. We have free classes, or even things that you might have to pay for, but things like canning that Mary Beth does, that
Yeah.
you can go to that, or the coming up series of lunch and learns that we'll have for the anniversary, and just a variety of events that all the program areas provide.
It's terrific. Whitney, you just mentioned you know, lunch and learn. What is the lunch and learn stuff that you're talking about?
Sure. So we mentioned this year is a 100th anniversary. So our office is going to have a variety of lunch and learns, as well as a save the date event. So remember September 27th to save the date. But the series of lunch and learns is basically to highlight all the programs that we've mentioned. Each of the sessions will be able to explain a little bit about the history of extension in Polk County,
Okay.
as well as across the state, and then be able to provide an educational session. So from learning about the lakes in Polk County, how to get outdoors, to healthy lifestyles, to Florida-friendly landscaping. We'll have a variety of free lunch and learns from June to August. Check out our website, like we mentioned. We'll have those. And we'll also have the event on September 27th, which will be at the Extension office in Bartow. And we'll have activities, we'll have educational sessions, workshops, and just a variety of things for the family and children.
This is going to be great. This, you know, such a great program that you guys have, and such a great service that you offer to Polk County. I don't know what we would do without you guys. Thanks so much for coming on, sharing with us some of the things that you've got going on, and congratulations on 100 years. That's
Thank
great.
you very
Thank you.
much.
Thanks, guys. The UF IFAS Extension Program here in Polk County, it is absolutely amazing. If you like to learn, you want to get hooked up with these people in every possible way that you can. The wealth of information, the knowledge, the experience in all these different areas, just incredible. If you have a question, there's a good chance they have the answer. So get a hold of UF IFAS. It's really easy. You can call them at their on the phone at 863-519-1041, or it's simple enough, go to their website at polkextension.com. Save the date for September 27th, when IFAS is going to be celebrating their big 100-year celebration.